Hi YouTube. So this is Candace and I'm back with counseling minus the boy. It has been a while. But this video I wanted to talk about how is your mental health with the coronavirus going on. So I'm currently in the state of Illinois. So a lot of things I'm talking about is talking about things that's going on in the state of Illinois. And right now we have cases spread throughout. So we have in the city of Evanston. We have, I know it's definitely in Chicago. We had a couple cases at the hospital that I am an employee of, and they're isolating people on the certain floor of the hospital. So it's definitely spreading throughout. And there are also other places and cities that's mentioned with suspected cases and things of that nature. So one of the biggest things I did notice was how much of a panic everyone is um, regarding this virus, and it tends to target older ages. So I will say maybe 50 and up, 60 and up. And then as well as targeting those who have prior medical conditions and immune system tend to be a little bit less let's see. Yeah, it's just that just due to the medical condition, their immune system is already impacted. So that's pretty much what we know now. As of today, the bars, restaurants, and I believe casinos are now closed. For most of the students in Illinois, it's spring break time, and then after spring break, or even if it's not spring break for some of the students, you're mainly online. So you're not going on campus to do any school lectures or assignments. So you're strictly online. So they've closed the schools. I also noticed with voting that we did have the early voting, but due to the virus this week, it's just going to be Monday and Tuesday for voting. And I know that's specifically for my city I stay in. So as you can see, everything has been impacted by this. A lot of people are in panic. There's no tissues in the store. There's no hand sanitizer. There's no mask. There's no just anything you will need. A lot of people are stocking up because they're in their homes and they want to make sure they have enough in their homes, or they're stocking up to be able to sanitize and to disinfect themselves. So my question for you with everything going on is, how are you taking care of your mental health during the coronavirus epidemic? So with your mental health, as I mentioned, a lot of people are panicking. It's producing a lot of anxiety. It is stated to be an airborne virus, meaning it's through contact. It's through close contact, is through the air. So it's, in my opinion, inevitable. So if you're in a situation or you're in a place and you come into contact, like me, I work in a hospital. I have not been off. I actually had a little cold myself, but I have always been monitoring myself when it comes to my health. And I know I did not have any of the shortness of breath or the fever that was mentioned. So I know mine was a cold. However, yes, when you're working in like nursing homes, when you're working in hospitals, you're exposed to these things on a daily basis. So some of the tips they were saying were washing your hands excessively, sanitizing, disinfecting, staying home, avoiding crowds, and now that's going to be easier since everything is closed. Okay, so those are pretty much the tips. They're also mentioning if you are typically a healthy person, you do not have any medical conditions, to refrain from going to the hospital unless you're having like the shortness of breath and the fever going along with it due to the crowdedness of the hospitals and the lack of resources and things of that nature. So, yes. So, panic. anxiety producing. I have definitely seen that. We have already made a video about anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxious, panic attacks, and we've discussed in those videos some things you can do as far as relaxation techniques, as far as using cognitive behavior therapy to overturn those anxious thoughts, those irrational beliefs, and just helping with the constant worry, the constant anxiety. So that could be something useful for this as well. And then just knowing that being proactive about your health, I always say this, being proactive about your health, like I said, I've been monitoring myself with my symptoms. And if you do have a cold, or even if you don't, just knowing what's going on with your body, to make sure that you're on top of things. Now, hand washing is definitely not something new. I was told by my nail tech that I technically wash my hands too much. So this is nothing new for me. And I have not stopped washing my hands any less since my nail tech has told me that. And I actually haven't been to a nail shop around this timing period. So anyway, back to it. So washing your hands, sanitizing everything, including your phone. Your phone is one of the most bacteria carrying devices, things that you can have, because it's constantly touching your face. You're putting it down, you're putting it in your purse, you're just constantly grabbing your phone. So disinfecting your phone. I also come in, take showers. Like I said, I can't take off work. I'm on the schedule. So most people in their jobs, they are closed. But since I'm at a hospital, I'm still on the schedule. So I come home and I will take a shower. I also leave garments in my car sometimes when if I feel like it is too well, if I do feel a certain way about it, I will leave some things in the car and change as necessary, and then get back to them in due timing and wash them. Just stay on top of disinfecting, stay on top of hand washing and keeping yourself clean, limit your contact, and just monitoring your own health symptoms and your own conditions. And then going to the hospital if necessary. I know it's recommended not to go and refrain from going due to the crowd and exposure, but if you know your body and you know something is wrong, listen. And just knowing these things will really help you to put things in perspective as far as panicking and having anxiety, and as well as just to feel better about what's going on. And what can you do in this time that you're sitting in the house? You're not able to go these places you would usually go. And the concern was that you may not have a support system at home. You may live alone. You may have already been battling depression, and then you have this new virus going around. You have this new closings going on. So how are you dealing with your symptoms of depression? So I know we talked about getting back into your routine, keeping up your routine, doing things to make you feel better, healthily and moderately, as well as monitoring your symptoms. We talked about CBT. We've talked about other theories as well. But what can you do now at home? So yeah, number one, your support system. It's good to be in contact with everyone, communicating healthily as well. Also pushing for self-care. That's something that I talked about in these other videos. Using this time to just pamper yourself, to just focus on yourself. Do your hair, do your nails, get your hair cut. You can watch television, catch up on some seasons of Netflix, the popcorn, cooking healthy meals. So there's plenty of things you can do at home. The phone is still available. Social media is still available. So you do have an outlet. So a lot of people may be upset about the bars and about the casinos and things of that nature, but your health is more important. Your health is more important. You do have other outlets. So what I want to do is push the self-care. Remember, you come first. You can never be good to anyone unless you're good to yourself. So that's the major thing. It's the major impression. And if you're at home and you're by yourself and you do need additional resources, feel free. There's hotlines available. There are support groups. You may not want to go out, but there are blogs, online blogs. There are YouTube videos. And to believe it or not, YouTube is very interactive. You have some YouTubers, bloggers who go live. So you can interact live. You can also interact in the chat live. You can comment. It's very, very interactive. And it does help with education, awareness, passing time, entertainment, things of that sort, and doing research. Doing research. So you have some things that you can definitely do during this time to entertain yourself, to provide self-care, to just not be sitting in the house and actually feeling down about being in the house. So I hope this video reached someone. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you would like me to elaborate on anything, or if you would like me to do another video or a topic or request, just let me know. But I definitely want to make this video to make sure that mental health right now is still a major concern for you, along with this coronavirus. Your health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your whole mind, body, soul comes together as one. So this video is to bring awareness, is to encourage you, and it's to also help you in these times. And feel free to go back and watch any other video. The tips and the interventions and everything are also in the other videos. If you want to see any more, feel free. And thanks, and I'll end it there, and see you next time.